This is the 48 mini sausage rolls that we're offering at a price of $69.96. What is a mini sausage roll? It is layers and layers of delicious, flaky, light pastry with tender pork and seasoning on the inside. So when you break into this and bite into it, you get the delicious buttery layers of that crispy pastry, and inside the most tender pork with delicious seasoning. And this is a classic from the UK. The creator of this, Mark Collins, used to have and was part of a 30-year family tradition of pastries and making pastries in England. He moved to the United States, brought his recipes with him. So everything that you see are all of the delicious flavors and treats and delicacies that he remembers from his time in England, but he's using all ingredients that are sourced from the United States. So the quality and the presentation of this is absolutely incredible. This is what 48 of these little pork delights look like. They're easy to prepare. I had the opportunity to sample these at home for the first time, and I was blown away, first of all, by the light, flaky puff of the pastry, and then the delightful pork flavor on the inside. Before we go any further, Mark Collins, creator of Taste of Blighty, welcome in. You're on with Jane and Pat. How are you?
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Good to see
Hello.
you.
Lovely to meet
Good
you.
evening.
Thanks for being
How are
here. So first of all, did I do justice to your story about how this whole tradition came to the United States?
You did a fantastic job. Thank you very much. It was a lovely introduction. Yes.
Wonderful. And honestly, my introduction to these, I was blown away. I couldn't believe how crispy and light and buttery that pastry puffed up in my oven. And then the flavor of that pork with the seasoning on the inside, delicious.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's a puff pastry, so it's a very delicate pastry. It's not designed to take over a big hit of taste. It's designed to, it's a bit like a picture frame. If you can imagine a wonderful, beautiful picture frame with all the lovely detail around the outside, and then this wonderful thing in the middle, that picture in the middle, which you can put into our fabulous taste. But it's puff pastry. Mm-hmm. It's designed to sort of fall apart, just as you said.
Oh, it's delicious. And again, you put these in the oven. You can put them in at like 425 or so. What's the temperature? 375. And it literally
about 375.
Literally takes 14 minutes or so. They puff up. They get brown and crispy, and then you let them cool for a second because they're going to be hot on the inside. And then you get that crunch on the outside, just layers and layers of flavor. So, of course, I want to know, Mark, from you, how would this type of delicacy be incorporated into your day in the UK?
They would start around about 6 o'clock in the morning in the UK. So you would have one for breakfast, 2 or 3 of these smallish rolls for breakfast. You could put just about anything with them, baked beans, eggs, anything along those sort of lines. The dipping sauces are critical. So you can have them just as on their own, but if you dip them into tomato sauce or ketchup, or into a honey mustard, they are excellent. They're exquisite when you start biting into them.
Oh, wow.
But they're very versatile. These can go with a beer, they can go with a champagne, they can go with just about anything. Sorry.
You know what? I like where your head's at, man. This is kind of where I live. But I do like the idea of eating these with champagne. What a great little game day type of a snack and treat, too.
Mark, I have to tell you, Jane Brown loves sausage. So this made her day. I mean, you can start early in the morning, a little treat for breakfast, maybe on a Sunday, but the idea we can have them with the beer at the end of the day, it definitely made our day.
That's great. That's good. Well, we also, my son, for instance, I put him in his lunchbox when he was going off to school. They would go in there with an apple and some carrot sticks, something along those sort of lines. Because this type of food, this is the best produce that you can find. We don't put any of the nasty salts or sugars or those sort of things in here. When we sweeten up the pork, we add in natural. Just straightforward apple.
Apple, yeah.
And that gives it, that pork and apple is a fantastic combination.
Well, that pork and apple is always a good combination. You can't go wrong there. And there's a lot of pork inside. So here we have now fewer than 400 available that we can ship. Brand new. These are recipes from Mark and his family pastry shop in the UK, but now all made here in the United States, sourced by ingredients that are found here. So you can control them. You know that you're getting the best quality of the pork and all of the raw ingredients as well.
Yes, absolutely. We've actually improved the sausage roll from the UK because we're using American produce, and it is better. That taste that we're now achieving in the US is actually a better sausage roll than you can get in the UK. And that's saying something because we eat about 4 million of them in the UK every week.
Wow.
So it's a very popular dish.
Well, I could see this with just a big bowl of soup for lunch. A couple of these would be delicious. And again, game day snacks, elegant appetizers if you want to use them for that. Go ahead and pick these up and continue to be in the process of placing your order at 72461. Mark, I thank you so much for joining us, and it was nice to see you. Have a great evening.
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you very much indeed. Lovely
My
to see
pleasure. But be well. Bye-bye. So imagine some of these and some of that tea that we had. And then to finish it off,
our QVC 2 big deal. That means we have a limited